Okay, I'd like to talk now about the if statement. I don't know that if anybody out there, I don't know of anybody out there that has spent more than, I don't know, a day or two trying to program that hasn't run into the if statement. It's a decision statement. It determines what path we're going to take or whether or not we're going to even go down a particular path, right? So typing in an if statement and the condition and that kind of stuff may be a little bit mundane, but I did want to visit the thing because I wanted to point out something else that's rather cool about our development environment, and that is code snippets. If I click down here and I tell it if, somebody may have created a code snippet that will allow us to be able to go ahead and put in our if statement. Now, I have a habit of creating lots of space around any drug-in code snippets. So I drag in my code snippet like so, and I pop it into place. It gives me the condition. There's the open curly brace. There's the closing curly brace. That's looking pretty good. The condition, I'm just going to say 1 is equal to 1. So that's always going to be true. And then here I'll go ns log, right? And the string is going to be at, and I'll type in yep. Put in the semicolon, and let's go ahead and tab this in so that it looks a little nicer, right? Run it and see what we end up with. Yep, there it is. It printed the word yep. Life is great in River City. Point is if I need a particular structure of statements, I can just go over here to get it. One of the things that I have found that's kind of interesting from one programming language to another is the differences in the switch statement, and sometimes they're called a case statement. So what you can do, let's type in case and see what it gives me. It doesn't give me anything, so we try switch. And there's a switch statement. So now I can just pop this critter in here like so, and it gives me exactly what I need to make things fly. Okay, so now you have an if condition that you can work with. You know what the operators are. Hopefully you remember all of your operators from working with Java, okay, and you'll be able to look up any operators that you might need, whether they be logical or mathematical. What I want you to do is I want you to create a program in Objective-C that returns the results of the quadratic function. I want you to test the square root of b squared minus 4ac, which is, I believe, the determinant. I want you to check, or the discriminant, I think it's the determinant. I want you to check it for negative numbers, and if it's negative, let us know. Let us know that the number is either imaginary and give us a result, or says that you cannot find a real square root to this value. Okay? This means you may have to look things up a little bit, such as looking up the quadratic function. And you may have to look ahead a little bit, such as what happens if we have something in the denominator that results in a 0 that's in the denominator. We want to be able to handle those particular things. So you're certainly going to have two if statements in this thing, right? You're going to have one of them that's going to test whether or not square roots are negative, and you're going to have another one that is going to test whether or not a denominator has a 0 in it. So I will leave it to you guys to figure that out. If you need hints, feel free to email me. I will be happy to offer any help in regard to completing that assignment.